What's going on, guys? We're back again with another banger video. I know it's been a while again, but
really long time.
we're,
hey, what's up, guys?
we're here. I'm breaking the silence. We're here making another video. Today we have a couple things planned. We're gonna hit a car meet, clean up the cars. Josh has brakes and an oil line that he has to get done on his car. I need to fix a couple things on the Z really quick before we head out, and we both need to wash them because I don't know if you can see it on camera, but eesh, they're filthy. So yeah, and Josh's car too. Look,
just a little bit.
Look, dirty. So you can see over here that this rotor is completely done, and it's like, I think the caliper's seized. If not, then the pad's completely gone or something's there, because you can hear it all the time when you're driving. It's hissing. So we're gonna change that along with the other side, of course, and hopefully that solves our hissing sound.
Hopefully.
Up in the front here, we have to do an oil line because Josh is dumb.
Hey, I won't be dumb the third time.
I'll take that. The first time we burnt the oil line up.
First time.
The first time.
Second time.
Actually, coming home from the dyno, we burnt the oil line up. So that would be the first time.
Our fault.
I guess not. Yeah.
But we definitely should have double checked that.
Right. So we burnt the first oil line. The second time, Josh was tightening this feed line because it was leaking. And when he tightened it, this 90 ended up against this.
Yeah, so originally it was facing this way.
Right.
Went to tighten it.
When we were doing some pulls, the line started smoking, and I noticed that obviously it sprung a leak because it was touching against there and melted through on the inside of the brake. Now, the third line is this line, and what happened was it was being installed by our good buddy here, by himself, might add. And it got kinked, so it's not that big a deal. It still runs. We were able to like drive it and bring it up here, but
I'm not happy about it.
He's not comfortable driving around with a kinked line. So we're gonna replace the line again, run it so that it's away from any heat stuff. I think we have a sleeve. If not, we're gonna, and we have some vacuum lines as well to repair because they got melted too. Turbo blanket on the way, obviously.
On the way.
Obviously. Turbo blanket on the way, and probably gonna wrap the manifold, which we had done before, but it's okay. We'll do it again. Let this be everybody's reminder to go do your brakes now. Look at this. How are you stopping, bro? Good thing you got Willwoods. The backs weren't doing nothing. Look at this. It's like there's no pad. It's all metal. This one's not so bad, but that back one was done up. We should spray it. Oh, they're off.
Guys,
wait, so you've been
take care of your heat management, please.
I don't know how long.
Kind of crazy.
Don't procrastinate.
It looks like a record.
It's Braille.
That's one side. Yeah, at some point the caliper just stopped working completely because
yeah,
it was grinding
for a minute.
The whole thing down. SMH. Just shaking my head this whole job. Every time I work on this car, honestly.
Yeah, she's kind of.
It's just an SMH kind of thing. The boys are over here cleaning up the wheels along with Josh. My car needs some brakes pretty bad. It's actually starting to do the same thing, eating right through the front. It's pretty bad, but I'm waiting for the Brembos. Mine's doing the same thing. Look at the front.
Oh, nice. Twinsies.
I'm gonna get the Brembos. Don't trip. Probably next week. I'll have them to put on. When your brakes go bad like that, metal ends up on the wheels and it rusts. So I'm gonna probably, I don't know what I'm gonna do to keep that one clean after, because I'm driving the car tonight. So we got this side done, all finished up. We're gonna have to still bleed the whole system, but everything is done. We got the shims in so we don't squeak. We got full caliper.
Gotta mention the shims.
The shims are in. They're there. They made a whole big deal about them. So they're there. Josh is working on buttoning up the other side. Gotta get the pads in still, but coming along nicely. And then we'll go to the front end and try and fix up the vacuum lines and any other little things that we happen to notice, because there happen to be a lot of little things. As far as the wheels, they're kind of clean. Like, they're clean from far and on camera. But if you look, there's still rust on the back and like in certain areas. But it's like I'm rubbing them down now. Josh has kind of had the worst of it because he had them like rusty for longer, so we kind of had to scrub the wheels and it kind of messed up the finish. But we're gonna just end up getting the wheels both sets re-powder coated. Right, your boy powder coats, yeah. So we'll just have him do it for lower, and he's local. Also missing a lug nut. That sucks.
Wait, what?
I'm missing a lug nut. Oh. So if you have nice wheels, remember to get your brakes done, because if they start to look like this, where the metal is flaking and it's cutting in, that's leaving all that metal material that's like grinding away. It's getting on your wheels, and then on rainy days, it just rusts. So that's what happened to both of us yesterday. Kind of sucks, but we'll end up getting new finishes on our wheels, because I kind of needed it anyway. When I bought them, these were like missing the finish on the outside, so they've been rubbed down before because they've been curbed. And I curbed this one, and it was a perfect wheel, so I kind of just want to get them completely refinished. Also gonna get the dent repaired. You guys haven't seen that, but if you follow me on Instagram, which you should be following all of us on Instagram, we are way more active on our Instagrams than we are on YouTube. If you want to keep up with what's going on at the Gangsta Garage, definitely hit us all up on Instagram and the Gangsta Garage Instagram. Just started up my car. We have to go get the line. It just arrived at Josh's house, so I'm gonna run over there, the turbo feed line, to replace. This one is at his house, so we're gonna go pick it up, and then when we get back, we're gonna bleed the brakes because we finished the rear brakes. The calipers and the rotors are all done, front for the back, both sides. Looks pretty good. It wasn't that difficult, but we had like small hiccups because of the way the like e-brake is designed, but it's not that big a deal. Hope you can hear me over my beast. We still haven't cleaned it yet. When we get back, we'll wash the cars and then we'll be good to go. But the wheels came out pretty decent. Like I said, not too bad. Fake shot, but the rest is still there. Definitely couldn't hear me right now. But this is how Josh's came out. Not too bad again, but again, there's spots where the rust was just so bad that if we kept scratching it, the finish would have been compromised too much. So we're just gonna end up getting the wheels refinished, both for this car and this car. And I'm gonna get another set of Gangstas anyway, so I'm not really stressed about it. They're drift car wheels. Like, they get messed up, it's like whatever. The rust isn't gonna really bother me that much. So we're back. Blake's brakes bled. Blah, that's hard to say fast. Brakes are bled, and we are good to go on that standpoint. They do the thing, you know. They have to get broken in, but otherwise you're pretty good. Just make sure when you guys bleed your brakes, you open this nipple here, have somebody on the inside push the pedal. When you tighten the nipple, make sure the pedal is depressed down, because if it's up or after you pull it up, you're pulling air back in from here. So when it's down, you tighten it, and then it's good from there.
I don't know if we're back or this is a continuation of a video, but we tried being out. It didn't work out. We've been having this weird problem where my car will start up, occasionally it'll start up and then just die off. It'll rev up, rev down, but it'll stay alive if I hold the gas down, like if I idle it myself. We posted it up on Facebook. Of course, we talked to the Facebook people. We got out there with the community. They did mention, well, I also noticed this the other day. It feels like I have a little bit of slack here on my throttle cable. They said to double check your throttle cable and make sure you definitely don't have any vacuum leak.
When we put the AFR gauge in, this AEM AFR gauge we got, this sensor should be the only sensor that K-Pro requires. Right now we have the O2 sensors working as AFR.
Yep. Which I don't know if we explained it at all, but my AFR doesn't work in there either. So
we're pulling that sensor out right now. That's right. It's pretty toasty. I'm gonna replace it with the yeah. So this OEM oxygen sensor for the O2. It's O2 oxygen.
Yeah.
Same thing. So we're gonna put the lambada. That's what this is really called.
The lambada.
Yeah, but it's also wideband, but it's a lambada or lambda, LAMB.
That sounds like a body part.
My Lambo.
Lambda.
Me and my Lambo.
And then we're gonna put that in the bung right there. Go ahead and tighten that. Now that that's installed, like so.
This is what the inside of your ECU looks like. We're plugging into the jumper harness into the input side over here on the board. Gonna run the wires up to my gauge.
It's gonna be the white.
My lovely mechanic.
It's gonna be the white and the brown wires off of the AEM harness. Gonna run over to a ground and one of the positive inputs for the K-Pro, and then you should read good from the gauge to the boom. What's going on, guys? We're back. It's Monday. Josh is at work, but I'm here. I'm outside. I'm off today, so we're here chilling. I'm sitting in the car and I realized I didn't film an ender for you guys. AEM fuel gauge is installed, wired up nicely. The wires go up here through the back, around and up to the gauge. It works in K-Pro. We checked all of that. I wish I could show you, but I don't have the key right now. The car is running great, but when we were on our way to that meet, which is why the video got cut short, the clutch or the transmission blew on the car. So it's looking like Josh's car is due for another big swap. I got the dogs running outside, but it's due for another big swap. We're thinking, since the transmission is going to have to come out either way, we were due for a 6-speed in this car because these 5-speeds aren't really rated for anything higher than 300 horsepower, and we're right there at 300. So we're going to get well, I wouldn't say they're not rated because I've seen them go higher, but I know they're not reliable. Neither is a 6-speed, but it's just better to have a 6-speed is what I've heard, or swap to a stronger 5-speed. But the base 5-speed isn't the one you want. So going on with the 6-speed swap, we might as well move over to the engine as well. And sitting at 300 horsepower isn't going to be enough. I'm thinking we're going to want to do a little bit more. And to do that, we're going to have to get rid of these stock K20a rods. We could upgrade those by going to a K24 bottom end, which ups our displacement from 2.0 to 2.4. So if you guys don't know, that's a pretty big upgrade for these engines because the K24s can handle a lot more boost than the K20 can, but the K20s flow a lot better than the K24s do. So to swap the head onto that block is like primo K-series like motor right there. In doing that, we should be able to get around like 400 to 500 horsepower in the daily. Obviously, we're going to need to upgrade the wheels and a few other things around that to get to that horsepower. Probably sticking with the original turbo, the eBay turbo that's been rocking with us and doing good so far at 300 horsepower. We're going to see what it can do and up the boost a little bit, probably run it around 12 to 15 pounds on the K24 block. That's the plan. And obviously we have the fuel return system and we're all ready for E85. So we're just gonna switch to E85 when we do that as well. This car is pretty much ready for another overhaul. So is the IS300 over there. Tim's IS300. The transmission blew on me while I was driving. So yeah, I'm gonna have to end up swapping that to a manual. We're thinking W55 or OEM swap or W58. The R154s are kind of hard to find right now. If you stay tuned to the next video, we'll probably be doing the brakes on the Z, either dropping the transmission on the IS or pulling the motor of this car and the trans, of course, but like basically emptying it, and it's gonna get painted. So you guys have to stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed already, subscribe, leave a like, and stay tuned for the next one. We got some bangers coming. Obviously all the cars are broken, so we have some stuff to record while we're fixing them, and I'll try to record more while they're working as well, because it's not only us fixing our cars work sometimes too. So thanks